YouTubers? Tuxedo Martini back here with another round of vintage sports cards, mainly baseball this time around. Just want to go over what we've got out in front of you here. I talked about my Warren Spahn collection earlier in my first video and showed off one of those. So this is a 1963 Fleer. I am not the biggest fan of SGC case holders. I know a lot of people think their grading is decent, and I don't disagree with that, but I am mainly a PSA guy. So that's the only SGC card I currently own, and I just thought it looked nice. Corners are sharp on that card. It's got some issues on the back. That's why it's graded a 30, but it's well centered, and I got it at a really good deal. In the middle there, it's 2005 Tom Brady relic. Like I said, 2005, so that could have come from the 2004 Super Bowl year at piece there. And this card is numbered 11 out of 17. I got that recently, very recently actually, just last week, from Baseball Card Exchange out in the Midwest. They had a huge buy of a ton of, I think, one-of-ones and parallels and relics and everything from this one guy. So they reached out to everybody to find out, you know, what you were interested in. I got in on it quickly, and I was able to snag that Brady for a decent price right before the Super Bowl. I couldn't believe what they offered it for me, for. And finally, I don't collect a lot of modern cards, but I did want to display one today. This is a 2013 Panini Prism Giancarlo Stanton Gem Mint 10. Got that at a really good deal very early in the summer, and I saw a guy is offering one on eBay currently at 5 times the price that I paid for it, so I got it at a steal. Now that it is a Yankee, it's definitely going up in value, so I'm proud to own that card, and hope to own some more Giancarlos in the future. Okay, so back to why we're here. I went out shopping just this morning. I was out in Kenmore Square. If anybody's familiar with the Boston area, Kenmore Square is right outside of Fenway Park over the Green Monster. And there's an amazing store there. Highly recommend them, called Kenmore Collectibles. One of the few sports card stores left in the Boston area. Peter is such an awesome guy to deal with. I've been going to them a bunch of times over the last few months, and come away with some great products every single time I'm there. So this is what I had picked up today. This is where we're going to be going over about 20 vintage cards, 1951 to 1954. So here we go. So first up here, this is the only 1951 I bought today. We've got a 51 Bowman Johnny Pesky. Now, if anybody's ever been to Fenway Park, you know definitely who Johnny Pesky is. He was a coach recently for them who unfortunately passed away a few years ago. That price on there, I did not pay that today. The card isn't in the best shape. Let's get a little closer here. Corner's a little rough, surface is a little rough, but I needed a Pesky. I am building a 1951 Bowman set currently, and I actually go by the screen name Bowman 1951 on blowout forums as well as COMC. So if you ever see me around, say hello. All right, so next we're moving on to 1954 Bowman. So we've got, this is all Red Sox. Now, clearly, you're buying cards outside of Fenway. You're going to get a lot of Red Sox players there, and IPC Red Sox. So I will grab, mentioned this in my last video, I love any kind of commons of vintage players. It's a great way to learn about them and their statistics. This is a Willard Nixon, 1954 Bowman. Got a Milt Bowling. Again, it's from the same year. This is a Ted Lepsio, 1954 Bowman. Love the color on these. So these are all in great shape. I mainly do buy my cards already graded, but again, I could not turn down what I've been finding recently, and definitely at Kenmore Collectibles. Sorry, I didn't even check the back of this one. This is Del Wilbur here. Finally, last 1954 Bowman, Sid Hudson for the Red Sox. If anybody's got any cool trivia on any of these guys I'm showing you, leave it in the comments section. I'd love to hear it. And also I have another question for any commenters who'd like to leave it. Why the 54 tops are so off-centered? I've always noticed that when I see the Hank Aaron's online. and I've never really researched it. So if anybody knows, just leave it in the comment section for me to take a look at. This is Bill Consolo, again 54 tops. Paul Schreiber. Don't know if that mark there was on the card or on the case, but I'll check that out later. And finally, Dick Brodowski, pitcher for the Red Sox. Very nice there. Okay, so moving on to the bread and butter of what I purchased today. If you saw my last video, I had actually featured three of the only three graded 1952 tops that I own. And I was looking to build my collection more. And if you've ever seen eBay prices, you know that they are sky high. And it's tough to find cards in decent condition at an affordable price. I mean, if you're going to build a set today, my God, I don't even want to take a stab at what it would cost. I'm guessing it's in the low six figures to put it all together, including the mantle, even if you get it at a PSA 1. But, you know, I was able to grab at Kenmore Collectibles today, I think, a stack of about 10 1952 tops. They had just come into his store. Somebody had brought them in from a grandparents' collection that they found in their house when they were cleaning it out, I believe. And I couldn't have been happier. These weren't even priced yet, so I pulled them out of a box. He was sorting through. There were a bunch of Bowmans in there as well. And I was so happy to grab these before they even ended up out on the floor. Now, I keep mentioning them, Kenmore Collectibles, because I only purchased about 10 of maybe 100 that they had. So if you are a 52 tops guru and need to collect more cards, there weren't many high numbers in there that I noticed, but there are plenty left for the taking. So again, take a look at those, give them a buzz, look at their website, kenmorecollectibles.com, and Peter will be able to help you out with those. All right, so without further ado, let's start. This is the best looking card I grabbed today. This is also a Red Sox player, so I was happy about that. This is Bill White. I don't know if you can tell how sharp those corners are, but it's fairly well centered as well. This one is definitely going to be going off to PSA shortly. I was really happy with how this turned out. And take a look at the back as well. Pretty well centered. This is a number 177. Now, some of these I did buy on the lower end. I won't be sending off for grading. I just want to continue building my 52 tops collection. Again, I am never building a full set, but it would be nice to own maybe 100 of these someday. This is a Stan Rojek. So, got some surface issues on this one here. Some Monty Basgall, the Pirates. Pretty well centered. Corners are a little soft. This one may go off to PSA. If I think I can get at least a 3 or 4 out of them, I'll probably be sending them off. Got some lower surface issues on the left-hand side there. Corners are okay on the Bill Howerton. Not terribly good. Now this one definitely has some problems. If you can see it on camera there in the upper left-hand corner for Frank Hiller of the Cubs. He's got some, like a stamp issue on it. Love the colors on this one here. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's a Herman Wymeyer. Again, for the this is actually a Reds. Almost fooled me there with the cap. I love that background though. It's so pretty. This one's got some serious surface issues. Bob Elliott. Beautiful card though. Love the background there as well, the clouds. Another red, Johnny Wierstock. And I think mainly all I've got left are the Red Sox that I picked up today. So let's take a look at those. Got a Don Lenhart. Pretty off-center here. Got a Carl Olson. Another off-center. Pretty sharp otherwise, though. Ken Wood. And last but not least, corners are very sharp on this one. Got an Al Evans, my last Red Sox to show you. So again, thank you for tuning in. I look forward to sharing more vintage card collections with you as I continue to grab them. I have been going on a tear in terms of vintage. I've been spending almost every weekend at the local Woburn card show, and I have an addiction. I cannot stop buying these cards. I didn't have them as a child. Now I've got some disposable income. I am loving every minute of finding these cards, and the hunt is like just part of the awesomeness of sports card collecting and just owning 1952 tops. You know, they'll probably rarely, if ever, go down in value. So always nice to add to your own personal collection. See you next time. Thanks for watching.